Traders, welcome back to another price action trading lesson. We're looking at S&P 500 mini futures. The time frame is 2000 tick chart. And what is the structure of the market in front of me? Well, we had bearish push down that has a break push to new low following the trendline rule. We had bullish spike up that has a break push to new high following the trendline rule as well. And right now, the most recent bias is very neutral. You can see the supportive indicator 21 bar exponential moving average is completely flat. We are going sideways, so I'm trying to identify some key levels for this potential trading range, but what I can find is that we have slight bullish bias. You can see every single major low is higher and higher. The support is not being tested whatsoever. So this is first clue that I'm working with, that we have slight bullish imbalance in this consolidation. This means I'm more inclined to be thinking about longs rather than shorts, but let's see what's going to happen. Right now we are dead in the middle of this consolidation. EMA in all these bars. It's very risky to be taking any trade here. I simply have to remain patient. This is no trade zone. We prefer to be taking setups near the extremes of the trend range or follow some short-term trend. This is terrible no trade zone. Price is just whipsawing up and down. I have to remain patient. Okay, market is pushing higher, and once again, bullish imbalance kicked in, and we have some nice bullish push working higher. You can't really go long into these highs, although it is tempting locally because you're going long right at the resistance, not that much room, and prices continue to work higher as well. So when I'm watching structure like this, what I want to do is I want to explain why the structure is that bullish. So I was looking for some additional spike and channel pattern, but if I'm going to draw this, you can tell the spike and channel pattern is very, very flat. Okay, you can tell it's really like a trend range slightly tilted up. So this is definitely a weak version of this uptrend. So I cannot be buying aggressively, but this is something I take into consideration trying to make sense of the price action in front of me when I have so many higher lows while we're going sideways. So market is correcting. Okay. I would like to see some break new low and then high above EMA in order for me to go long. So market created two-legged pullback down. I have one leg down, break, second leg down. I've done with the break, push to new low. Okay. Can I get some high above EMA? This is how we trade weak trends. You want to see stronger pullback and you want to see push above EMA and a high low or false second entry short. If you trade weak trends, buying at the top of the push phase, there's generally going to be stronger pullback and you may have losing trade. When the structure is weak trend, you prefer to be buying as low as possible. There was no high low. Market created significant push to new high. You have a break push to new high. You have a now great visual second entry long mini two-legged pullback. Market moves in pairs of twos. You have to use double bar entry, but problem is uptrend just played out. Uptrend just played out and I can't really take it. Market continues to go higher. Level pullback, of course, I cannot take. Once again, inside bar, downtrend in play. No room to scalp out, so I have to remain patient. Now, when I was watching this live, I was also taking into consideration potential wider channel. Let me see, I was looking for maybe something like this, simply because I saw this push up, this push up, this push up. So this was something I took into consideration, not the most convincing structure, but you can tell that the market quickly reversed down. Now, if you're playing this channel, you need felt second entry short above EMA. You can see you're back below EMA, so you cannot take any trade. Okay, and basically after I saw market trading down like this, I deleted this channel because, okay, this channel was very weak to begin with, and the fact that it didn't hold at all and you have such a strong continuation to the downside is a good sign that you have breaking new high. If you are playing breaking new high at the very start of the structure, which is a good play, going short on a low high here would be okay, but there is no break below the signal bar, so you can't take it. And I have significant push working lower, so once again, the move is not proportionate. You can see this push down is much longer than the first one. So this is why I'm trying to draw a wider channel, because the move doesn't look proportionate at all. The trend looks like it's bigger, stronger, and for this reason I'm drawing a wider channel. But I have overshoot. Okay, I have overshoot. It's not really acting as overshoot, but I'm not a big fan of drawing a channel like this. You can consider some two-tier channel, maybe, but every single time you have no confirmations, no bounces for the trend channel line, you don't really know if you can be more aggressive or not. Okay, it's always better to have some bounces. This is why I like playing it like this, respecting the overshoot. I would still recommend strongly skipping the first setup at the EMA, because every single time you have doubts about overshoot, you have to respect the overshoot. It's always better to miss a trade than to have unnecessarily losing trade, okay? So don't increase the chance of having a losing trade if you're not sure if there's overshoot or not. I was respecting the overshoot. There's no trade regardless. I was still respecting the overshoot, and notice what we have. This is actually a good sign because we have correction that is very broad. I have one big leg, pull back, second big leg, a break, push to new high, uptrend played out. So we already have broad consolidation instead of sharp reversal. We're breaking below EMA, and we have a lower high confirmation trade of the second entry short. We have a lower high confirmation trade of the second entry short. Broad two legs, that's a good sign that there is no reversal because we're going mainly sideways. So you're also selling high of the potential trend range. And even if you have overshoot, this feels like a strong enough correction. You waited for a lower high, and this is first decent trade for today. Not many great trades today so far, but this was okay trade enough. Lower high, felt second entry long would be even better. Felt second entry long below EMA. You don't get it. You get a felt second entry long here, but remember, you want to catch the felt second entry long somewhere here before the leg down is going to happen. You want to have new high, first entry long, second entry long, failure. Once the push down already happens, in fact, you bounce off the support, you cannot go short now because you need minimal second entry short. Also, you're going short directly into these lows, but you want to take the felt second entry short as a trap to ride it down. Okay, now it already pushed down, so now it's too late. Okay, this is a first entry short only. You have a new low here. Okay, do we have new low? We don't have new low fully just yet. Let me see. Oh yeah, we don't have new low at all. Can have something like this. So we're still thinking about selling. What I was thinking ideally is breaking new high, resistance holding, and then lower high below EMA or felt second entry long, something like this, because I want to combine the downtrend with the trend range. So this is why I'm thinking about selling. I just need to sell high enough so I can understand that the correction ended. Okay, you have another lower high here. You know, quite similar to what happened here, but problem is it's not with the resistance, but it is gliding off the trend line. Perhaps, you know, it's also time to get quite sideways. But we can see how every single high is lower and lower. It's not a horrible trade, just feels way more advanced because you have quite sideways price action. You know, it's mainly above EMA. The trend line is decent, so a little bit more advanced, a bit more aggressive. Not easy to trade, but it was okay enough. Okay. Looks like we still don't have new low. Oh yeah, we still don't have new low, so we expect new low to be tested following the trend line rule. Okay, but you can see you can combine the range with the trend down. Okay, we have new low first entry short, second entry short. I'm looking for felt second entry long below EMA, new high first entry long, pull back second entry long below EMA to test the new low for the downtrend. Can I get it? Well, I have it here, but you have to go short below bull bar, which you cannot take. By the time you get bearish bar, it's way too big. And then you have some mini lower high here, but this lower high is a little bit too steep. You're selling at the bottom of the move. How big is it? 475. How much room I have? I have approximately, I don't actually have quite a lot of room, but I would definitely recommend using limit order, and you can see it wouldn't come back. I mean, if you have to take it, not a bad trade, but you know, I would prefer to be selling a little bit higher close to the EMA. This feels a bit too aggressive selling this far down. Okay, push to new low and the downtrend played out. So perfect price action, downtrend, broad break, push to new low. You can combine the trend with the consolidation. It's a shame we didn't get more cleaner trades. And now I'm expecting a reversal pattern, but reversal pattern means felt second entry short above EMA. You can tell we're enough above EMA, so let's see what's gonna happen. Market keeps pushing higher after our initial channel played out. So this is a good sign for me to connect these swings and draw some wider channels, something like this. Okay, we have potential overshoot. We have potential overshoot, or I can draw super tight channel like this. You have a new high first entry long, second entry long below EMA, double trap. This is not a horrible trade, but problem is we just had an overshoot. Okay, we just had an overshoot. This tiny channel is breaking new high. I don't think we can take it. Once again, one of those more aggressive trades. I mean, we are scalpers, So taking a trade for a scalp is okay, because at this time I was playing channel a little bit wider like this because it didn't feel like there's enough structures for overshoot. I didn't take this trade, but I can understand why for scalp. Maybe considering this, especially with the use of limit order. Okay, better than made the scalp actually. Made significant scalp 19 ticks, 20 ticks. Okay, we are correcting. Now I was thinking about some flat second entry short above EMA. We didn't get it. Market reversed down, and once I saw this is where I adapted. Okay, there has to be overshoot. This is why we have a break now of this channel. Overshoot this to a stronger break. The channel didn't hold here, and now we're pushing above EMA. So now I want to see second entry long at the EMA. Okay, halo would also be good. You have a new low first entry short, second entry short failure. Very bad signal bar. Look at the tail at the top. So mini halo confirmation would be okay. And if you push too far up, you want second entry long. But we didn't get it. We just have a break in new high here. All these trades are far from the EMA. So we have uptrend, overshoot, this will break, and push to new high. Perfect price action. Okay, good price action, but almost no trades today. So very disappointing. Okay, we have breaking new high, so I'm going to pause looking to go long. And you can tell there are channels on the chart. Sometimes you just need to be a little more patient to understand what you're working with. Like here, it was hard to understand that there is overshoot right at the gate when the channel started. That's what price action trading is about. The important thing is that you understand what to look for, and there are always channels and key levels on the chart. There's a reason to this price movement. There are important price levels, and reading price action helps you decipher what the market is doing and where it's going. So now, for example, we expect new low. We have a downtrend working lower, uptrend played out. So I want to see second entry short at the EMA. That would be a high probability pattern. We're always looking for these high probability patterns where everything aligns. It didn't fully correct the EMA, so I have break, push to new low. Okay, now I'm going to pause looking to go short. Okay, we're breaking above EMA. Okay, I'm going to draw uptrend working high. I have another overshoot, basically very similar to what happened here. This right here is a smaller version of what happened here. So what are you expecting? You're expecting break of the trend line, push above EMA, and a halo confirmation trade. Okay, this is a mini pattern of this bigger one. So market is correcting. You have break. Okay, so downtrend played out. You have broad two-legged pullback, one leg down, break, second leg down. In fact, it even looks like little fell breakout. So now I was really looking for second entry long above EMA, mini high low. You have it here. Great context, perfect price action, but the signal bar is bad, bearish body, so I can't go long. And the double bar entry is terrible as well. So look at it go. It worked, but there's no way I cannot take this bearish bar. So unfortunately, it worked, but the signal bar was bad. And now the market is about to close. So there's an overall structure for today. The price action today was fairly simple to navigate, but very few trades. I didn't take any trade today, so not great day for me. It wasn't bad day because every single time you don't have a losing trade, it's pretty good day. But it is true that if you see here the whole day, it's not easy to not take a trade, but this is simply part of trading. You know, this is the reality of trading. Not every single day you're going to take a trade. So remember, you have to be grateful and you have to make sure you appreciate days where you don't have a losing trade. Because if you don't take a trade for a certain day, you're not emotionally affected and you're ready to trade with a fresh, clean mind the next day. So never be upset that you're break even for the day or you didn't make any money for the day, because it's always better than to lose money. It's always easier to come next day and trade without having the need to revenge trade or dig yourself out of the hole. So pretty okay trading day, one of those days where you just sit here, you practice price action, you practice patience, practice discipline. If you actually found few trades, then you did a good job. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up. I hope you had a good trading day and I'm gonna talk to you next time. Good luck your trading.